Apple Store and Google Play Store. The House of Representatives has begun clause-by-clause consideration of President Bola Tinubu's executive bill seeking the establishment of state police, with lawmakers indicating they might adopt the Senate-passed version of the legislation with only minor adjustments. Speaking at the meeting of the House Committee on Constitution Review, the Deputy Speaker of the House and Chairman of the Constitution Review Committee, Benjamin Liu, said the House has leveraged the work already done by the Senate to expedite the passage of what it described as a priority constitutional amendment aimed at strengthening Nigerian security architecture. He recalled that the House had earlier passed its own constitution alteration bill on state police on June 11 before proceeding on recess. However, lawmakers rescinded that decision on July 14 following the transmission of President Tinubu's executive bill to enable consideration. May recall that on June 11, before the recess, the House considered and passed the police constitutional alteration bill. The federal government has revived 16 abandoned digital e-library projects across federal unity schools and inaugurated a state-of-the-art digital hub at the federal government's college Kano as part of efforts to modernize public schools and expand access to technology-driven learning. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, disclosed this while inaugurating the upgraded digital e-library during an inspection of the key federal government education projects in Kano State. According to a statement by his office, Alausa, who was accompanied by the Minister of State for Education, Professor Suhaib Ahmad, said the rehabilitation of the abandoned facilities underscores the Tinubu's administration's commitment to repositioning public education through digital infrastructure. The digital hub at FGC Kano is equipped with solar power, air conditioning, modern lighting, and nearly 80 digital computers workstation designed to enhance teaching, learning, and research. With the commencement of presidential campaigns scheduled for August 2026, stakeholders are calling on political parties and candidates to prioritize issue-based campaigns over hate speech, divisive rhetorics, and personal attacks. They maintain that focusing on policies and practical solutions to the nation's challenges will enable Nigerians to make informed choices while promoting peaceful, credible, and violence-free elections. Margaret Okunlola reports.
As political activities gather momentum ahead of the official commencement of the presidential campaigns in August 2026, expectations are high that candidates will engage the electorate with clear policy solutions to the country's socio-economic challenges, rather than inflammatory statements capable of causing division. Some Nigerians, however, said the level of illiteracy has affected the effectiveness of campaigns.
It is when you are educated that you begin to look at issues. Who are the people that vote? It's the rural people. And the rural people follow their leaders, rightly or wrongly. So, campaigns is a fair start.
I don't expect that you have to sit me down and then tell me what I've heard so many times that didn't come to pass. I don't want you to come telling me again. I would rather sit down, read about you, the things that you've done, where you're coming from, how you've done politically or as a business person or whatever you're coming from. I'd rather read about you and be sure about who you are rather than you coming to tell, because the truth is whoever wants to come and campaign for you would rather be trying to impress you. But campaigns, yeah, it has to be done. And some places, some rural areas, they have to get campaigned for before they know what is going on. But the challenge is everybody comes to say almost the same thing, and then after 4 years we don't get to see what they've told us 4 years ago.
Analysts who spoke with OGTV News say issue-based campaigns provide an opportunity for candidates to present their vision across all sectors of the country.
We are familiar with the idea of politicians trying to get to an office or a position by trying to talk in a kind of way down about another candidate that is going for the same post as against them. But instead of that, I would advise and would really love to see that if you're going for a particular office, you should be able to tell what you intend doing things you're capable of doing, things we should look out for. And also speak in such a way that we have solace, we find solace in you and feel assured.
I look forward to a campaign where deep issues concerning the Nigeria, country will be discussed, and of course something developmental, where we have developmental communication take its full course.
Others note that political parties, supporters and citizens all have important roles to play in promoting responsible political engagement.
If you're going into politics, you must have a clean sheet, a clean lifestyle. Know what Nigeria needs at this particular time. One is security, good education, good roads, and social amenities. Focused on the mark, the mark of your high calling. Because when you start looking at the jabs being thrown at you, you lose focus. We are calling on Nigerians to come out and do this together to get the right leadership on the next coming election. Don't look at who is bullying you into submission through threats or through gifts, but look at the future.
As Nigerians prepare for another election season, many believe that campaigns anchored on issues rather than personalities will strengthen democracy, encourage informed participation, and contribute to peaceful, free, and credible elections. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
The ruling All Progressives Congress APC has officially formalized the tickets for the 2027 general elections, reaffirming Vice President Kashim Shettima as President Bola Tinubu's running mate. The decision has drawn widespread commendation from party faithfuls who describe the retention as a strategic move to ensure continuity, stability, and regional balance. Matthew Showme reports on the political and economic implementation of this endorsement.
The wait is finally over for APC members and the electorate with the submission of nomination forms to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The party has put to rest months of speculation regarding the vice presidential ticket. Party leaders argue that retaining Shettima is not merely a political necessity, but a strategic one. Beyond his appeal in the northeast and northwest zones, Shettima has earned the president's trust through disciplined service and loyalty since the administration assumed office in May 2023.
I'm not really expecting anything different because His Excellency Shettima has been one of the most loyal vice president in the recent time. I don't think we've witnessed any kind of rancor.
But are putting into consideration many factors: interpersonal relationship, the region, where should the vice president come from. The vice president have been cooperative, have been supportive, and like I said, you don't change the winning team.
You know, if you remember very well, the Emilokon speech, just before Mr. President spoke, when he was still a candidate, that was the time that His Excellency Kashim Shettima spoke for almost about 45 minutes, describing the various qualities and the things that you will notice in the personality of Mr. President. Interactions with people that are from Borno has demonstrated that majority of those that were related with Kashim Shettima, that have served under him, that have worked with him closely, has demonstrated that he's a man that has seen it all.
Beyond the ballot, the role of the vice president is economically consequential. As the chairman of the National Economic Council, Shettima oversees critical deliberations between the federal government and the state governors. Stakeholders note that his performance in coordinating national economic reforms, food security initiatives, and fiscal policy will be a central theme as the administration seeks a second mandate.
Progress sometimes may be slow, but when you see some of the physical intervention that the government have done, some of the changes, the implementation of different laws, for example, taxes. When I look at taxes, for the first time in Nigeria, we are going to start getting the dividends of taxes as is done all over the world. I think this leadership is going to take us to the next level. See, people like me, young people in politics, we are getting energized to say, how do we follow the right party?
What we can expect from him is another 4 years of tremendous output, another 4 years of excellent output, another 4 years of commitment, of loyalty from His Excellency.
The opposition may be watching, but the APC leadership maintains that this partnership provides the stability needed to drive the country's $1 trillion economy ambition.
When you look at the Northeast, they're full of well-known seasoned politicians. And if you look at population, they also has the population. I think what should matter to Nigerians, and what matters to Nigerians, is the well-being of average Nigerians.
A Christian, Muslim, why can't we have another Christian? He's been there the first time, he has performed excellently, and Nigeria has gone beyond the issue of religion.
This is what we need as young people. I know some people may have a different opinion, but I always say the beauty of democracy is let everybody put their opinion on the table. We all can dialogue without any rancor.
As Nigerians prepare for the 2027 elections, their focus remains on how this continuity will translate into tangible solutions for the challenges facing the nation. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
Despite repeated government investments, a deepening crisis of confidence continues to plague Nigeria's healthcare system. Many citizens still prioritize medical tourism or self-medication over local facilities, citing prolonged waiting times, inadequate equipment, and the ongoing exodus of medical personnel. As the sector undergoes continued reform, the question remains, can Nigeria regain the trust of its people? Olaide Oloye Shuluade reports.
Healthcare is the bedrock of national stability, yet for the average Nigerian, the path to a hospital is often paved with uncertainty. While new clinics are built, the fundamental problem remains: are they functional and are they reliable? Patients are voting with their feet, whether it is the overcrowded waiting rooms, the persistent shortages of essential medications, or the staggering cost of treatment. Many families feel that the current public system is simply not equipped to handle their emergency or chronic needs. The counter-narrative from within the medical community is stark. Doctors, nurses, and pharmacists maintain that Nigerian medical professionals are among the most competent globally. They argue that the system's failure are not due to a lack of skill, but a lack of support. The continuous migration of healthcare workers, the brain drain, has created a vicious cycle. Those who remain are pushed to the brink, forced to manage alarming high patient-to-doctor ratios, which inevitably affect the quality of care.
This burden in Nigeria is going up, whether we like it or not. The rate at which we're having more patients coming down with chronic diseases, cancer, kidney failure, and the rest, so disease burden is going up. So even without the Jacques syndrome, we actually still need more hands to combat this disease burden. Because the hands that we have on ground, trust me, they are doing more than enough to actually salvage the situation on ground. So I believe Nigerians should still believe in this system. We are actually trying. I can speak for every other healthcare professionals that are actually still on ground. They are doing their best.
When pharmacies have closed, we want you to get your items to save the lives of people. And when it gets to prices, we also want to compete with surrounding pharmacies. But we are able to meet up with that our reduction, even internal reduction, to actually make the lives of our people safe in this environment.
Public perception remains divided. Some patients report exceptional care from dedicated individuals who go above and beyond. Others, however, describe a systemic service deficit characterized by poor customer care and bureaucratic delays that turn routine medical visits into an ordeal.
There are some facilities we have in FMC that even UC doesn't have, but they can always refer to themselves. So the system is still working. You see, the thing is that the economy cannot absorb every medical personnel, cannot. We are 200 and something million. How many hospitals do we have? And you cannot blame the hospital system because we are not helping the system as Nigerians. We are the problem ourselves.
We are getting smaller to how it was before. It is we the people, the populace, that should exercise patience. If we continue to condemn them, we are less likely to progress.
We have to make them better. Why do we run abroad for medical treatments and co? It is because the personnel there take their job the way they're supposed to take it. Now, so we need to make our people here take their job the way they're supposed to. And then we are not going to now say, okay, yeah, take your job seriously. We need to now tell government or the owners to do the appropriate thing.
Rebuilding this trust will not happen overnight. Experts emphasize that restoring public confidence requires more than just physical infrastructure. It demands a fundamental shift towards patient-centered care. This means adequate funding, modern equipment, and crucially policies that retain our talented medical professionals. According to them, until Nigerians feel that their hospitals are places of healing rather than places of frustration, the trust deficit will persist. Olaide Oloye Soluade, OGTV News.
The national president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Alassane Yahya, has charged journalists across the Southwest to uphold the ethics of the profession, remain committed to accuracy and fairness, and never shy away from speaking truths to power. The charge was delivered on his behalf by the Deputy National President of the NUJ, Abimbola Oyetunde, while declaring open the 2026 NUJ Award Southwest Retreat in Ibadan, Oyo State. Bumi Adigun was there, and here is his reports.
Members of the Nigeria Union of Journalists and the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists from the 6 Southwest states converged on Ilaje Resort, Ibadan, Oyo State for the 2026 Southwest Retreat aimed at strengthening unionism, promoting professionalism, and charting a common course for the future of journalism in the region.
Building newsrooms where women can enter, building newsrooms where women can grow, building newsrooms where women can lead and remain without fear of harassment, discrimination, or burnout. It means creating institutions that value their work, protect their well-being, and ensure that journalism remains a viable career for future generations.
The NUJ Southwest Vice President, Rokia February Sama, who was unavoidably absent, also addressed participants via telephone call, encouraging them to make the most of the retreat by engaging actively in all sessions and applying the knowledge gained to improve journalism practice in their respective states. In separate goodwill messages, leaders of both the NUJ and award charged journalists to remain steadfast in upholding the ethics of the profession, while also discharging their responsibilities as committed unionists dedicated to the growth and the unity of the organizations.
And this is the spirit we want to see in NUJ in the Southwest. Our oneness is germane. We set pace for others. We are pace setters and all follows. And in journalism, if you don't know, you ask. What are the days of you don't know about? It's no longer a slogan in journalism. If you don't know, research and ask.
It brings us together so that we can speak with one voice. Southwest is always going to be together, one leaders and following. So don't let us shy away from that position. Let us just bring to ourselves and talk with one voice at every point in time.
Declaring the retreat open on behalf of the National President of the Nigeria Union of Journalists, Alassane Yahya, the Deputy National President, Abimbola Oyetunde, described the retreat as timely, stressing that it comes at a period when both the journalism profession and unionism require renewed commitment, innovation, and collective action to address emerging challenges.
The theme of the retreat, stronger together, collaboration, capacity, and sustainability for the future of journalism could not have come at a more appropriate time. Journalism is undergoing unprecedented changes driven by technology, artificial intelligence, misinformation, economic pressure, and evolving audience expectations.
At the end of the 3-day retreat, participants issued a communique reaffirming that unity between the Nigeria Union of Journalists and the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists remains non-negotiable, stressing the need for leaders across the Southwest to speak with one voice in advancing the profession. Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.
The old students of Abeokuta Grammar School, October 9501 sets, have marked their 25th anniversary with a series of activities. The landmark celebration included a medical outreach, exhibition march, giving back initiative, and reunion with classmates and old friends. Details are in this report.
From classroom to greatness, 25 years after leaving Abeokuta Grammar School, the 9501 set celebrated their silver jubilee with moments of thanksgiving and reflection. The 4-day activities began with an aerobic session for members, their families, and friends, followed by medical outreach where teachers, old students from other sets, and well-wishers participated. After the medical outreach, the 9501 football team played an exhibition match against another old set and emerged victorious. Members later gathered for a variety night held inside the school premises at Idiaba, where they were celebrated by family, friends, and other old students. The set donated chairs and handed over a renovated classroom block and toilet facilities to the school management. The celebration reached its peak as the old students gathered for a night of fellowship to celebrate one another and recognize members who have continued to contribute to the growth and sustainability of the group.
When we started this quest to start at Zoba 9501, it was just a mission for us to bring ourselves together and continue that journey. And we never knew it was going to be this, sustained. But today, we give thanks to God that we are celebrating ourselves after 25 years of leaving school.
It feels so exciting, seeing most of them after 25 years. I've not been coming for the reunion. I think this is the second time I will come in 25 years. It feels so exciting to actually see and reunite with most of my classmates then.
Giving back to their alma mater, according to them and other old students, is a sacrifice everyone must make.
Yes, we know nation building is not about the government. It's a collective effort of both the government and individuals. This is a wake-up call to all Axoba members all over the world that your services are needed back home in Abeokuta Grammar School to support and to help younger generations and generations yet to come.
Government alone cannot do this thing. We all have to contribute our quota to make sure our environment, our community, our hospitals, our schools are all in good shape. And so that is the spirit of giving back.
The president of the 9501 says, Jumoke Falola, in her speech, appreciates all members as she prays for more growth and the well-being of all members. To round off the celebration, the set held a Thanksgiving service at the Cathedral Church of St. Peter Ake, Abeokuta, to appreciate God for the grace to give back and the ability to do more.
To end the news are the words of Mark A. Cooper. Life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. We have now come to the end of the news. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.